Yo, what's up out there in the boxing community, man? It's your boys, the Rize Podcast Show in the building. I'm your host, Coach Squeeze. I got the CEO up on the screen with me, looking like a movie star as usual. Gerald Levert, eat your heart out. Senior COBBS in the building. And I got the man, you already know the myth, the legend. He don't like to be put on the pedestal. So we gonna keep it simple. You already know who he is out there. The founder of this brand, Coach Cal in the building. And before we get started, I just like to say Happy New Year's to everybody out there across the world, man, because we all living on this planet together. And Senior, before we get started, give me a maestro beat before I introduce the sponsors. Coming at you live, you already know, 4-time world champion in 3 different weight classes. He gave us some exciting fights last year. The hard-hitting, devastating, the stinger in your back. GTD Promotions. Redesigning minds one mind at a time. Under Armour. Last but not least, Box Raw. Top of the morning, top of the afternoon to you good people out there. I hope and pray that this year bring you a lot of success and financial enrichment, a bunch of love, unity, and togetherness, and strengthen our families and enjoy life while we breathing and stay away from the negativity. What's going on, Senior, with you?
Man, what's going on? Happy New Year's, everybody. How y'all doing out there? What's up, Coach? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm in the grind, Senior. I'm on my feet. I'm in the grinder, man. Just trying to, get this grandfather thing together. This is new to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Thanks to my kids.
One step at a time. I know you. So I definitely know you're a little nervous the way this motherfucking Omarion is sweeping through. Yeah, man. You go and see the grandbaby got his damn COBBS swinging through like it's swinging.
I ain't been to see my grandkids.
Oh, for real?
No, I've been doing FaceTime with them.
Okay. Hey.
You know what I mean? Because I tell my son and my daughter, y'all working and people coming, y'all gotta be careful around them babies, man.
Man, listen, that shit swing game, like.
Yeah, y'all gotta be careful around them babies, man. Because babies pick up germs anyway.
Yeah. And this shit, you don't even know they got it. Motherfuckers getting it, don't even know.
You can take a test and won't even test positive.
Yeah, it's vicious, man. Like,
this is crazy.
I've been having arguments with people about the vaccination and all that shit. Yeah. Man, they tell me, oh, you got. One man told me he was like, 98% unvaccinated people die from COVID. So I said, how many vaccinated people die from COVID? He said 2%. I said, man, you a dumbass. I said by what you just said, 2% of unvaccinated people don't die. He's like, no, you gotta get it. Cause I said, man, get it. I know people with the booster, with the shot, they still catching it and passing it. I know people without the booster, without the shot, they getting it. They have the same symptoms as the people with the vaccination. I don't understand it. They didn't shorten the quarantine time from 14 to 10 to 5. Come back to work if you are right. Man, if I got it, why would I come back to work to spread it? I might be all right, but the next man might get it and they be ill. Man, this shit wicked, man.
I think the key, the real key is you need to be weekly testing.
Yeah,
I think weekly testing, or if you can't say if you experiencing any symptoms, because some people don't have no symptoms at all.
Yes, hey.
So I'm thinking they should produce more tests for home testing, where you can stay your black ass home and test. And this what they need to flood the floodgates with these tests, so you could test your family home in a controlled environment, so that y'all won't be getting it to each other and then going out and getting it to somebody else. Because like you said, senior, some people don't even show no symptoms
at all.
But we ain't gonna get too far in it. But whatever they done cooked up, man, they cooked a good one on this one.
Yeah.
But
they get kind of scary, man, because you remember the last time they shut down everything, so now it's like, but you put good money on that testing and stuff. But I know his is in charge of saying the same thing. Why they not investing on them home testers and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Then somebody do got it, or they think they got it. At least they can test themselves,
Yeah.
But again, that's too much like right, because somebody making a lot of money off this.
Mm-hmm.
Not somebody. Not somebody. I know who it is.
So I gotta say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They win. They winning too. God damn, they
I almost want to come down and pick me up and remove me, because I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, I always had the Bernie Mac mentality. I say the shit they scared to say.
That's true.
Hey, Coach, 2021, give me your best fight of the year. Fight of the year 2021.
2021. I missed a lot of fights because I was focusing on our fighters. 2021, the best fight that I think was good.
Take your time, Coach. Take your time.
Shucks. There's one of them that I didn't even get to watch. The kid from out of Philly, Kenny keep telling me about it. That fight was a good fight.
You hear him, Coach?
No, he breaking up.
You breaking up, Coach. No, we come back. Breaking up, Coach.
That's somebody that said that wanted to fight was a good fight.
He breaking up. I can't hear him, champ.
Man.
What's your fight?
Man, Liggins said he said Fulton versus Figueroa.
Fulton versus Figueroa.
Yeah, I was doing my research. They were saying Wilder and Fury on the on the internet. They were saying Wilder and Fury.
Wilder and Fury.
Yeah, the third one. They were saying that might have been fight of the year.
Yeah.
He said that kid. Oh, he was talking about Fulton.
Yeah, he's talking about Fulton and Figueroa.
Okay.
And the dude Fulton pulled it out.
Yeah, I was supposed to go back. That's the fight Coach Kenny was talking about last week. I was supposed to go back and watch that. My bad, y'all. Sorry, I didn't get to put out too much content this week. I was holidays and shit. I was working.
Yeah, I like the I would say fight of the year, but one of my favorite fights because he got his mouth shut up. Cambosis and Tiafimo.
You like it?
Yeah, because Cambosis, the fight it took like 5 attempts to 6 attempts for it to happen, number one. And, you know, Teofimo did most of his talking outside of the ring, him and his dad. And he ain't look impressive at all. Cambosa's put those hands on him, man.
We had some good fights though.
We had
Haney. We had Canelo versus Plant, Tank versus Barrios, Wilder, Fury. Man, they was bumping this shit.
Mm-hmm.
We had Boots. I think Boots had 2 this year, didn't he?
Boots 8A by
that's what Boots gonna do.
He ate what was the dude he just ate? And he a veteran. I can't think of his name.
I watched the fight too, and I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name, but he was tough. He definitely was.
You don't hear too many people calling out Boots.
No,
Lipnitz. That's who he's fighting. That's who Boots for. Lipnitz.
Whoa,
thank you, Amir Liggins.
No, Lipnitz was in the last one he just fought. It wasn't Lipnitz. It was
That's why I said he gave us 2 this year.
Yeah, it was Delorme. Thomas Delorme.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Boots gave us 2 this year though. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he ate Lipnitz for now. He played with him.
And we had some good bump this year.
Yeah, he played with him. But like you say, ain't nobody calling him out, man.
They scared of Boots.
Don't nobody want to fight Boots. Ain't nobody called them out, yo.
Boots is about to get in the mix now. It's 2022. I already know that on the upper heads. And if you remember at the press conference with Floyd pushing them too.
That's why I was just ready to tell Coach Squeeze. I was watching something last night. Floyd was talking. He said, "Yeah, Boots ready to get the bump."
He mentioned Boots and his name. So I believe this year Boots is going to come out the gate. It's just based on which one of the gatekeepers, because what's his name would have been a gatekeeper, Sean Porter, but Sean Porter retired. So man, the big 3 are Ugas, Terrence Crawford, and Spence. They the big guys right now. The rest of them got to clam up.
In any order. In any order.
Big 3: Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, and what's his name? But then you got what's his name trying to make a comeback now? With the law, Keith Thurman. He's trying to make a comeback now. Fighting what's his name at 147. So that be his come out. But if
that's a joke.
Barrios beat Thurman, then Barrios, his name stuck like shining. You get it? So that's a good toss-up fight, because Thurman. No, but you missed the point. Thurman was in that mix, but he took a long layoff. So he took his name out the equation.
How old is Thurman?
About 30-something. He's about the same age as Spencer, Terrence Crawford, and them. Because the big four was Thurman, Spence, Sean Porter, Garcia, not Mikey Garcia, but Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
They was the guys that I think Garcia moving up to 54 with the Charlo brothers and them. So he's moving out there. So right now it's wide open for that 147, but your name gotta be in that mention. If you ain't talked about, like Ugas, see how he made his name by knocking off Pacquiao. I think he might be fighting Spence in a minute, you know.
Yeah, yeah, they is fighting.
Hey, Coach, let me ask you a question, Coach. Can you hear me?
I don't know. He froze up again.
No, I'm there.
Hey, Coach. Every time they talk about the Charlo brothers, I always say I want to see Truck versus the Charlo brothers. How you feel about that fight? There you go.
He on the move.
No, that. Gotta get coach an iPhone, man. That's the Android, yo. I let him have it about the Android. That's the Android, coach.
Yo, what you say his phone got COVID?
Yeah, man. Oh, coach.
Oh shit. He breaking up.
Hey, coach. Dang. I thought I had his other number.
Yeah, Earl Spence, one of Earl Spence fighters fought last night under his promotion.
Real?
135 pounds.
How he do?
He did good. I think he got the knockout too. His name is Marin Kareem, not Kareem, but Martin Marin something. One of the viewers probably know his name that watched the fight.
Frank Martin.
Yeah.
Frank Martin called out
Frank Marin. It's not Martin, the last name.
Frank Martin. I mean, well, he called out Devin Haney.
Yeah.
But he ain't say nothing about Frank. He like, give me Devin Haney.
Nah.
I seen that.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, he don't want to tank him Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he done sure did.
Man, I'm gonna get coach. He gotta get a global phone, man. The way he trying, he got to do better than that, man. I'm gonna tell coach about himself. That he got to get a global phone.
Oh shit! What you say? He got it in the hood special?
Yeah, man. He got to throw that burner away, man. He ain't cutting no more, man. Get rid of that burner, man. Coach, you ain't cutting no more, man. Get rid of that burner, man. You gotta get you your iPhone, man.
You gotta send the iPhone.
Oh, I think I sent you the link to that one too.
You sent the link to this one?
Yeah, when you check your WhatsApp.
No,
I ain't know if it was the phone or not. I know you still got that burner.
Yo, he looked good last night.
Frank Martin?
Yeah, he looked good. Earl Spence fighter, Coach Cal at 135.
Who?
Frank Marin.
I ain't seen no fights last night. Hey, you ain't send that link to me on this phone.
I sent it to you. What's that? What WhatsApp go to that?
What's that? Did you send it to me? Nah. On my cell phone on this one. Yo, I texted to you, yeah? All right.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. It was what you think about the heavyweight fight last night, the little bits and pieces that you seen? Did you see anybody separate themselves last night from the little bit you seen?
I already say we got to start understanding what's a knockout. Like some of them, that one in the fourth, that was like that was iffy.
Yeah.
That was a little iffy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Ortiz. Well, how old is Ortiz?
Ortiz is
like 40.
42.
It's time. Like it's time. Just go ahead and hang it up, man.
He looking for that big payday. You know how it is.
Hey, one thing Floyd say, man, I don't want to be old still having to fight, man. 40, that's come on, man.
But in his situation, you know, his daughter's sickness and illness, so he tried to, fight and try to take care of her. And his daughter was sick. I don't know if she in remission or whatever, but he fighting for his family most definitely, yo.
I mean, I get it, but it's just look how clear that is. Come on, man. Come on, man. Be cutting out that burner phone, man. Come on, man. Look.
I can't say that because it is clear.
AD.
It is clear. I got to give it to you.
Right.
It is clear.
Right. He jumping on 5G and all that, man. Come on, Coach.
I got 5G on my Android.
Don't do that, Coach. No, you don't. No, you don't, Coach. Every time you got on it, it cut out. Come on, Coach. Come on, man.
Then when this one cut out, what you gonna say then?
No, it ain't gonna cut out. I got faith in this one. Look, you even look clear. Look at you. Huh? I can read your shirt now and say boss.
Stupid, yeah.
Oh shit, yo.
So I was asking you, every time the Charlo brothers mentioned, I always say I want to see Truck versus the Charlo brothers. How you feel about that fight?
No, I'm saying I feel good. Any fight that Truck get into is we gotta get into them fights. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Okay.
Right now he in double digits now. You know, he's past his 10. He got 11 fights in. You know, so right now we just gotta keep grinding. You know, keep grinding. We don't know what 2022 gonna hold for us. You know,
Right.
We gotta wait and see.
I like 2021 though, Coach. I was telling me and Coach Queen was talking about. We had a lot of action this year. We had a lot of guys gave us some great work this year.
Well, to be honest, man, we stayed active through the whole year.
Hey, that was through the pandemic.
During the pandemic,
Yeah.
Yep, we was the first one to actually have crowd during the pandemic when Tank fought in Santa Cruz. Remember when it was open back up? We even had fighters in the bubble fight, you know, so we had that experience, man, in the bubble. I mean, 21 was right. 21.
There you go, see.
He doing that on purpose. He holding his phone on the antenna. He holding his finger on the antenna.
We just
That's he on the move. That's what that is. Being on the move.
The gym was closed. Getting the gym back open, getting the kids back involved, you know, getting us back involved, figuring out what the plans was going to be. Podcast up and running.
Hey, Coach Queen, I give you my best fight of 2021, man.
Get it to me. Get it to me, Coach.
Put up a shut up.
Y'all breaking up. Say it again.
Put up a shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, put up a shut up. That was a statement for 2021. Yeah.
Talking about that.
Yeah. Put up a shut up.
Talking about that.
2021 put up a shut up really made a statement.
That was the first amateur show since the pandemic in the city, and the numbers was unreal. The numbers was great.
That was really a statement.
That's why we coming back. Yeah, that's why we coming back with the pro-am. We're back. You know what I'm saying? With the same guys. They're fighting against somebody for their belts. You know?
Okay.
Their strap. When you come,
you heard it here first.
Yeah, you can't come. You got to put up something to be something. You know?
Right. Okay.
You know,
I like that. I like that theory.
The kids was very excited in the show.
That seemed like a professional card, though, man. It was exciting. That wasn't like no amateur. I didn't feel really no amateur vibe from that show, man.
At all.
It was big players involved, man. Man, they came out like the professionals. They had their rappers.
Yo.
The smoke was blowing on stage. It was nice, man.
Yo.
Well, I can't
really made it
the next one because, you know, you see how much time and effort that we put into it. You know what I'm saying? And it came up. I remember y'all was looking at the commercials that we was doing. Steve Squeeze was like, wait a minute, hold up. Where all these goddamn commercials coming from?
Yeah.
So it was fun, you know, we get better as we go. That's how I look at it. You get better as what you're doing. You feel comfortable with it. You got your people around you that you can trust in and believe in and, you know, to do their job. So, you know, and that was our first time putting that team together and making it work.
Yeah, that was spectacular. Seeing your with footage yet from it.
I'm still waiting for PWG to get back with me. He ain't never get back with me from.
You gotta call them. You gotta call them.
Okay.
I'm supposed to see when it goes on TV. That's what I'm waiting on to see when that actually goes on TV. But you gotta stay in contact with them.
Yeah, I'll give him a call later on. Check on him.
Yeah, a lot of people been asking.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm waiting for them to put it on TV so I can promote that because I really want to. They sent me the uncut version, but I don't want to look at it. I want to look at it when they put it together and how it's going to present on TV. That's what I want to see.
Okay, no, I didn't even know you had the uncut version already.
That's a big push for us. But guess what? The next show, I got Thriller actually working with us. Yeah.
Oh, you heard it here first. Rize exclusive.
Yeah.
Rize exclusive.
Yeah. They're going to come in behind the scenes and put us on a global loop this time, So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Yeah, see, y'all don't understand what I be doing when I be doing it, I'm just trying to...
I'm ready to go hire me a driver, coach, so I can free up my schedule.
I'm trying to make it work with the budget I'm working off. And, if I had that... Man, it's got to be this,
I totally cool. I'm just here to play my part.
What you say your prospect fighter of the year?
Prospect fighter of the year. This was a crazy year, man, because you ain't really get to see all the young fighters that's coming up. Only person that I can talk about right now is from out our area that's making noise is Jaleel Hackett.
Okay.
Malik Warren, he just got to finish out for the year. Could have had more fights than that this year, but Jaleel, he turned pro, got his fights in. It's another kid that fought on the same card we fought. Been watching Shorty. Andrew Counselor got him. He's the coach of him from out of DC. Kid looked good. He got a nice win. But I would give him prospect of the year. He still got some more growing and whatnot, but that was a good win that he had on PVC fights. It was a good win. Right now, this year was kind of tight for to really watch the real youngins because they didn't fight as much, But I like that heavyweight. They got this new heavyweight that I see. He's making noise. I've been seeing him a lot on TV.
Trayvon Marshall, that's what you're talking about, coach?
Yeah, the one that had the pimp hat. And
I'm talking about the kid from out of DC. That's what you're talking about, Trayvon Marshall?
Yeah, that's the kid I'm talking about out of DC. Yeah. Okay. Hey, that kid, he's going to be hot.
Okay.
I didn't last night on that heavyweight card. I really didn't see nothing spectacular that what I would say could take over the heavyweight division and would be top contenders. I really seen a card full of gatekeepers, except like the Cuban guy, the Dominican Cuban guy. He probably was the best prospect in that whole mix last night that I could say with time, because he's still young, he could grow into something. But everything else, man, I couldn't really, even with the Martin in the King Kong fight, it wasn't what I thought it would be.
Well, you called it right. All of them, and if you look at all of them got losses on that card. There's none undefeated, and they all fought against the guys, the A guys. You know what I'm saying? They all fought against the A guy and came up short. So they just showing you they the gatekeepers that the new heavyweights got to go through to get to the big guys. That's what that was showing us for 2022. It was making us familiarize of the fighters of the heavyweights, that's gatekeeper heavyweights that's out there, that the new young heavyweights got to beat them to get to the A side.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of gates they gotta go through. And I hope ain't no Dougs on the loose, because somebody gonna get bit. Somebody gonna get bit.
Yeah. I was surprised. I mean, well, I wasn't surprised that they did a card like that. I mean, I'm thanks out to PDC for doing a card of the heavyweights. Featuring some of the not the A guys, but the B, C, D guys. You get what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
what I look at it and whatnot. Y'all remember the heavyweight Cassius Chaney that I had?
Yeah.
He lost his fight. I wanted him to fight against Martin. I wanted him to take that fight right off the bat, but they keep feeding him these small nobody guys. You get what I'm saying? A guy that I don't even know. You get what I'm saying? And he was a undefeated heavyweight that was coming up. But now ask yourself, man, he got to get his name out there. He got to start fighting somebody. But it was guys out there like you seen in them gatekeepers where they should have been sending them at. You know, that's why my
So
thought, my
that's
my process thought is like you gotta beat somebody to become somebody. That's like, did you watch Keyshawn Williams fight?
yeah, Keyshawn Williams.
Yeah, we had Keyshawn Williams, and that fight we wasn't supposed to take at that particular time against Keith, because of the simple fact he had 8 years of experience. Keyshawn had 4 years of experience. But again, what makes you good to see where your measuring stick at? We took the fight and went out there and put on a good show. What I seen, got to make some little adjustments, move him back a little bit, and then see where we fall at.
Some fights like that really, sometimes people gotta understand that sometimes those fights like that can up your stock when you put up a
No,
great performance.
that is
See,
true. Because when I look
everybody
at
think a L in boxing is a bad thing. A L
right,
in boxing ain't always a bad thing when you put on a spectacular performance.
no, that's
The
true. And
people
in his
gonna want to see you.
Yeah, in his situation, he fought a good fight against a hot kid that was on, but almost made it as a prospect of the year when he first came out. He had a couple of hiccups. The fight was real important to him, because he had a young stunner coming at him. You know what I'm saying? And then he performed real good. He performed on the level that he was supposed to perform at the experience that he had.
That's
So
what I
again,
was gonna say.
at
Yeah,
the, at the experience that he had, but then listening to the commentators, they was like, "Oh, this ain't no lie. This a live duck right here. He ready to turn into a goose." And certain things that I seen, certain things that we got to work on. I am satisfied that we're gonna go and make them adjustments, make them moves. And his name is gonna. You're gonna look back and you gonna say, "Coach Cal, you called good money on Shorty." I said, "I know what I'm doing." Just got to just put him in the right situations. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna be all right.
that was a last minute switch at the last
Yeah,
minute, wasn't it?
right. Because Ramos had got sick because you know how it was spiking up in New York and Jersey. So I had two fighters that didn't even compete that night. I actually had three fighters was on that card, but only had one to actually fight. So when Ramos fell out, we needed to fight for him. So what happens is it put him on a bigger stage to actually, to get his name out there. And it was a good look. To tell you the truth, he went the distance with him, good fight. Um, we seen some things that that we got to work on. We see some things that he can bump with them Dugs, at that level. So right now, if Keith go up and make his name like Ennis and whatnot, then we know we can make our move on the level that
Mm,
we ready to push him at.
yeah. Hey, coach, me and Senior was talking about it earlier. With some of these knockdowns that's being called, um, it's been a lot of iffy knockdowns being called. Person get pushed behind their head, or he could trip over person's feet while he punching. Um,
Well, in some states they do run instant replay to make that call. Is this a knockdown? Is it not a knockdown? Some states done. That's what makes me so mad that all the states is not in the same accord with all of them. Because sometimes the referee gets caught up watching the hands and watching what you call it. He's not really paying attention. But the people that's judging the fight is looking at it. You know, they can actually make the call to saying, was it a knockdown or was it not a knockdown? You with me?
Yeah, but the referee, I noticed he looking at what the judges on the outside. He picking the count up from them.
No, right. He picking the count up from the clock guy. That's how it works. He look at the timer guy, so the timer can actually give him the count where he's supposed to start that count at when he first hit the canvas. But in some cases, when they have that replay and he called it a knockdown, and you got somebody up in the booth saying that wasn't a knockdown, that was A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then that would strike the cards. Because once you get a knockdown and you get that 8 count, you got a 10-8 round. You with me? And it puts the fighter that got knocked down, it put him in desperation and trying to get back into the fight.
That was the whole purpose of me asking you that.
Yeah. So when you got that guy up in the booth making that last call saying it was a knockdown, if it wasn't a knockdown, because he's looking at all the cameras and all what really happened at that time and when it was live, to slow it down and really look at it, he can make that call, and then that would sway the cards a little bit, you know.
But we know boxing is a rhythm. And senior, we know boxing is a rhythm sport.
Correct.
When you make that bad call, how you feel, senior? Does that affect some fighters getting back in rhythm?
Yeah, because it's not just a rhythm, it's a mental game too. You know what I mean? It's a mental match. So you know what I mean? Some fighters, that wrong call get up in their head and it fuck them up. It fuck up their rhythm. You know what I mean? It changed their plan. They lose focus on what the plan was. And that's how you see shit go the wrong way.
That is true. That is true.
But one thing I learned from playing sports in Baltimore City, and you know, I went to Walbrook, and it was like a long time ago, one of the players beat up a referee, so we never got a call. They said from here on out, if you put it in the ref's hands, that's your fault. If you keep it out of their hands, you can't complain.
Right, that's true. But I look at knockdowns. A knockdown and a knockout is two different things. A knockdown to me in the sport of boxing is just like a quarterback getting sacked. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that quarterback get up and throw for 300 yards, 10 touchdowns, y'all gonna count that sack?
I don't know.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't know.
No, because you're gonna talk about the great passing or whatever he did to make the adjustment to win the game. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch Trinidad. I thought Trinidad did it on purpose. Get knocked down, get back up, and finish this guy off. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
Sometimes that could. I noticed some of Tank fights last year. I call it over officiating. When somebody coming in with their head and Tank trying to protect himself, he either gonna push your head down or he gonna do what he need to do to stop this guy from doing dirty shit. And the referee trying to break him out of his rhythm and penalize him for pushing the fighter head down, when I done seen guys coming in with their head first.
And guess what? Guess what Tank do 95% of the time? Take that shit right out the ref's hands. Not a motherfucking clean, smooth out. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Yeah. See, some fighters that can motivate them, aggravate them to the point where, okay, this is how it's gonna be tonight. I'm getting them out of there.
Yeah, that's real talk.
That's why I think it's so important. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you watching a fight, I really want to hear the corner. What is the corner telling the fighter? So you know what adjustments should be made, what adjustments they telling the fighter to make. So if you can't really hear the
fighter listen to the corner.
Right. So when you showing the fight, that part of the fight is very important if you really watching the boxing match. If you just want to see two motherfuckers fight, it don't matter. But when you want to see a fight, the boxing match, You want to know what's being said in them corners.
Yeah, what type of adjustments that they're making, what's going on in the corner, because that corner can make you or break you.
That's why I was saying, like I was telling Coach Squeeze last week, like I was kind of mad because the Richard Hitchinson and Malik Iceman fight. I really wanted to know what they were saying in them corners. They didn't show none of what was being said in them corners. I really wanted to know what were they advising him to do?
What instructions?
Right. Right. That's what I really wanted to know because, like, he looked like he wasn't. I don't know. But that point would have been important to the fight, so you could really make a decision on like what was what.
What they take the aspect of the whole fighting game: the walkout, the corner, the face off. They taking an aspect of the real fight of what because you want to hear what the corner's saying, so you can see what adjustments. You know what I'm saying? But then sometimes you got to respect the network because they trying to sell. They're trying to sell, so they take that little bit of time that corner would have had to actually give it to the commercials. Or I like when the person come around in the mic and the coach is watching the fight and he says to him, "What do you think? What's going on in this round?" You know what I'm saying? And he can give his view of what he's saying and how the fight is unfolding for him. Because I remember when that happened to me with Cecil McCullough, and I said, "Well, he just waiting on one hit a quitter right now." You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And damn if he didn't. When he caught, he was fighting a kid from out of Detroit, a good friend of mine. I just talked to him last week. When he fought him and caught him with the shot, I said, "I told you he was just waiting on one punch," you know. And actually, that made what's the kid that fought Charlo?
Tony Harrison.
Tony Harrison. There you go. Tony Harrison and Cecil fought against each other.
Yeah, I seen that.
He came in the dressing room. He said, "Yo, you listen to your corner, man. You would have beaten because I was hurt." They was telling you all
heard him.
Stuff. So
he heard him.
Yeah, he said when they was telling you the stuff to do, I started doing what they was telling you to do.
Yo, Cecil heard it twice and let him off the hook.
And to be honest, that fight made Tony Harrison moved on to be where he be at.
Yeah.
That fight would have put Cecil in a place where he would have been like Tony Harrison, Smith, and the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? And you see how one fight can alter somebody's career to make a fight. I'm gonna give you another prime example. Pitbull Cruz.
I knew you was gonna say him.
When we first got that name across our desk, and I said, why we gotta fight him? He's nobody. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of us fighting him? I said, we have a bad night, something go wrong, he'll look like he's a star.
We had that conversation in the gym.
Yeah, but when I look at the fight and seeing what was going on, analyzing the camp, analyze everything, he's really not even on Tank level, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't want to get in if Tank would have had both hands, but I seen what Tank was doing with one hand torn. You know what I'm saying? It was a few times I seen clips when Tank was hitting him, he had him hurt for a minute,
Yeah.
So when I really look at it, like, it wasn't a great night, but Tank made the adjustments. He listened to the corner again and came out with the came out with the W. Came out with the W. And the W, I wouldn't say it was close, but not having both hands to really put it together, it made a difference. But he did a great job with that one hand, and
he did spectacular.
Yeah.
No, people with one hand.
With one hand, he put that thing together, man. When I looked at it, and his defense, how he was rolling out against the short.
Yeah, he was moving. Yeah, he definitely.
What he was doing, man, was unreal, man. It was unreal.
It was a work of art, and people saying they waiting for that superstar performance. There it was, right there in front of him.
He put on a good performance because he was really hurt. When I tell Tank, "Yo, suck that shit up, let's go," he sucks it up, and he did suck it up. He worked off that one hand, man. I couldn't argue with him. He did it. He did a good job,
He boxed lovely, yo.
He boxed his ass off. So, again, like I said, every fight is a mature fight for the next fight.
Yeah, but Coach, I think like one thing I will say, I noticed with you and all of your fighters, Coach, you tell them motherfuckers to walk on water, they gonna go walk on water, Coach.
Yeah. They gonna hide you.
because of the relationship y'all got. They trust you and you trust them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like, right now I just try to give them the real layout of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? And as coaches, when you in the fight, y'all been working on stuff. You know what I'm saying? If he's not bringing that what you worked on to see what's going to change the fight. Now, if y'all worked on everything and what you telling him ain't working, I like, nigga, turn it into a dog fest for a minute. Do something different, you know, and to see what you get. You got to see what you get in the fight. A fight is a fight.
But me and you know what I've seen a lot, Senior, is you can't take a West Coast fighter and put him into an East Coast fighting style. When you changing, when the guy used to throwing the ball across the middle of the field, and you get a new coach in the middle of his career, now he want to run the damn ball.
Yeah.
And you can see the crossing of the feet and the indecisiveness on how he's putting out his arsenal pertaining to what we was used to seeing the first 6 to 7 fights of his career, and he was successful doing it. So my question to you, Senior, how important it is to keep the team that got you where you needed to go?
Most important part of
I know where you're going at with that. I know where you're going at with that.
To me, it's the most important part, man, because loyalty is everything to me.
Let me give you some school on this. You know, Tank got on me about it. You know what I'm saying? But Tank don't never try to hold me back from letting me be great too, because that's how he became great. Y'all gotta understand, we just came out the pandemic, the gym was shut down. He came through the gym like, yo, what's the plan? You know what I'm saying? Tank cannot train at home right now because the gym is not ready. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I asked you what I asked you.
He made a decision, Coach, I'm going up to Hayberg so I can be close to you. I said, cool. We had the youngest fight. We had a big show that I couldn't trust anybody just to do. Y'all get it?
Right.
Remember, I left camp to take care of the show to go back to camp. You with me? So what he was trying to do was make it easy. Chuck was fighting. Y'all with me? Chuck was fighting. We almost put on another show where all the GTD guys would have been fighting at home. You know what I'm saying? So much moving parts. So what I said to that, I learned a valuable lesson. When it comes to Tank, I got to shut everything down. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Got to shut it down and focus on him.
You know what? Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
I'm listening.
I wasn't throwing that at you. That was for somebody else. I thought you was gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
No. I know what you was going at. I know what you was going at.
That wasn't.
At the same time, I had to give you.
No, that wasn't for that one. That was. It was. You gave me the right answer, but wrong camp.
Right.
You gave me the right answer. I already knew what was going on with that, but it was the wrong camp. You're a camp over. You're a camp. You was on point, but you know what I'm talking about. See, you know what I'm talking about.
You know why I say stand with your team is important? Go ahead.
I was trying to let the audience know what was going on, because a lot of people were saying that, like, yo, what coach Calvin, what coach Kenny at? You know what I'm saying? And y'all notice, if you watch my page, I haven't posted anything on that fight. You get what I'm saying?
That's cool. That's cool. But everybody know that ain't blind, that don't got blinders on, that really understand.
No. That I look at it. That lesson was for everybody that needed that lesson, to look at the lessons behind the lesson. You with me? But there was a lesson for everybody to see. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen it like, oh no, there's something ain't right, you know? And whatnot. So my thing was, I was letting everybody know what was going on. But at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Definitely.
I think people gotta understand, like, you can't force it. When it's your time, it's your time. You know what I mean? Jumping ship ain't gonna make it happen no fast. You gotta stick with your team, the people that know you best.
You know what?
The people that know how to bring that dub out you, that know what they gotta say to you, know what they gotta do to you to make you react the way they need you to react. You see what I'm saying? It's not, you can't force nothing. When it's your time, it's your time. You might do it. Straight out the gate. Might take you a little while, but you gotta wait your turn. It's nothing you're gonna do to make it happen no fast. Long as you stand committed to doing what you're supposed to do on a daily basis, long as you ready for when they call your name, that's what matters. But when you think you're gonna go here and go there, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna change nothing. Cause now you changing the variable.
Right.
Now you jumping in there with people that don't really know how to make you react.
But like I said again, you know how when you make changes, you want to do little things, you see certain things, you see the results that we got with me. So again, as anybody, I don't like using the word superstitious. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. You know, but when you're doing something, you want to keep working on what's been working for you. You know what I'm saying? And stick to that plan.
Look at Deontay Wilder. That's what I was talking about. Look at Deontay Wilder switching. I had Mark Breland all them years. This what I was doing at with that what I said earlier. All those years he had Mark Breland was working for him. What that do for him these last couple fights without Mark? The dude ain't know he switched up. He switched up. He went from West Coast offense to East Coast. That's what I'm saying. It ain't work for him. It ain't work for him.
I think people gotta understand the business of it. People keep forgetting the business. At the end of the day, it's the business. I mean, you want to go into business with somebody you trust, or you want, you know what I mean? You want to just think that's the best option. The best option ain't always the winning option. You gotta grind it out with your guys, man. The ones that you come up with.
But like I said, in life, everything is a lesson. You grow from it.
Oh
you
yeah.
make it work, man.
Yeah.
You make it work, man. And
that's the most important
man,
part.
That's the most important thing, you know. And I at the end of the day, I was there. You know what I'm saying? If the Tank was on something else, he made sure, like, oh, where my team at? You know what I'm saying? I was there at the same time, you know. And I understand all the stuff that we go through. People like I started to learn. I don't know what moves Al and Floyd making, but I just stay in my lane and make sure I keep everything that we're working on is working. You know what I'm saying? Because they got plans too, or how they want to do certain things. You know, so the man.
Damn, I hate when this phone. His phone always go out at the best part, don't it, Coach Squeeze? Hey, I like the day though, boy. I like the day. Nice jump today.
Yes, sir. Good informative information.
Breath of fresh air. You got, you know what I mean? Coach of the year on there, you know what I mean? Nice breath of fresh air. Nice breath of fresh air just breathes through. You know what I mean?
You run through a couple little questions.
I mean, it's an honor. It's an honor bringing the year in with y'all guys. You know, because usually I don't know. I watch y'all, but I don't know, get on. And Senior, I want to appreciate you.
You breaking up, Coach.
Must TV.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Right?
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all too, man.
Senior stepped in. I ain't gotta use the East Coast, West Coast analogy with him. Cause he brought his own flavor.
I'm just trying to play my part. You know what I mean? I told you this is what my son told me he wanted to do. I'm with it all the way. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna play my part. Whatever Coach say, hey, do this, I'm in it.
Y'all actually doing a great job on what y'all doing, man. I mean, it's real great and whatnot. So, y'all just got to just keep pushing. I like what you're doing, Senior. Back home, I'm going to give y'all the plans for 22. You know what I'm saying? But I just gave y'all a little glimpse of it. But, 22 is going to be the year that we supposed to really we ready to turn this into something else now. You know, because there's so many moving, not just in Baltimore. That's what I want y'all to understand. It's moving in different areas now.
Man, listen. I told you, I'm just trying to play my part, coach.
All right, Senior.
What's happening?
What fights you want to see for 2022? What's your main fight? If you don't see nothing else this year, what would satisfy your need in the ring for your best fight for this year?
It's a couple of them. I want to see Crawford and Spence. I really want to see Crawford
But
and Spence.
everybody want to see that one.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see that.
Well, Crawford got. Spence got to do his thing against Ugas now.
Yeah, hey. Ain't no walk in the park either.
I keep telling them.
That's not no walk in the park like people think it is.
No,
Styles make fights.
What I just said. I just said that.
And Ugas can crack, yo.
That ain't no walk in the park.
And
I want to see. You know, they were talking about. I was watching an interview. They was talking about. Somebody said Ryan Garcia got the same speed as Tank.
Didn't Haney say that in Spawn?
That's where they come from.
Yeah, he said that he spawned both up.
Yeah, I mean
that fight is not important to me, but I want to see.
See, he can say that, but when you're in a real fight against them little ass gloves, it's a difference.
Like I said, that fight ain't important to me, but I want to see it. But
I wouldn't say that, you know.
Do you think he could get some numbers?
Who?
Ryan Garcia? Ryan Garcia?
Numbers fighting against Tank. He already got numbers.
Tank gonna bring the numbers.
I'm talking about Ryan.
GQ fighter. Ryan Garcia is a GQ fighter.
I think he'll bring more numbers than Devin Haney.
I want to see Devin Haney versus Tank in Vegas. How you feel about that, Coach? Devin Haney versus Tank in Vegas.
Hey, listen to me real good, y'all. These are the big fights in that 135, 130 weight class. Right now, we already see, you already heard Gary Russell and Tank. That's going to do some numbers. You know what I'm saying? You already know Ron and Tank are going to do some numbers. Now, Romachenko and Tank are going to do some numbers. Even if I want to give a handout to the kid from out of Philadelphia with the cross eyes,
Tevin Farmer,
going to make some numbers. You with me?
Yeah.
They fights that when I'm just out on doing my normal stuff, right? People be asking about. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You always hear Devin Haney and Tank. Them fights is going to happen. So you talking about Gary Russell, Tevin Farmer, Ron Garcia, Devin Haney, Romachenko, right? And then I'll put Lopez in the mix.
Lopez got to see Lomachenko first, Coach. Before Lopez fight anybody, he got to fight Lomachenko.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I was Lopez, I'd go fight Chenko because both of them got a loss. You know what I'm saying? Against each other. So I would get that back. That'll get my name back in that light again. You know what I'm saying? They got to understand getting back. Who I got to fight to get back to make my name like, yeah, he ain't never gone nowhere. He just had a hiccup. He came back and fought the best. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
I like for next year. I want to see. I want to see everybody say kind of rushing it, but I want to see Boots and Crawford before I see Spence.
That might happen before the end of this year is out.
I think Crawford will step up and fight Boots before any of the rest of them.
No. That fight might happen. It depends on who they fight in the beginning of the year and in the middle of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all with me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. It's based on who Crawford gonna fight. He said, man, bump all up. Give me such, such, such. And Boots saying, man, bump that. I fight Crawford. Is the opportunity is there and the money is there for Boots. Because Crawford, he ain't got a problem with the money and the opportunity. It's just it got to make dollar sense to Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, Coach. Boots versus Crawford, Coach. How you feel about that fight?
Huh?
Boots versus Crawford. How you feel about that fight?
That's gonna be a headbanger. That fight, it could be that fight. Because Crawford ain't got. It's like Young and Boots. He's trying to show the world that I can roll with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Crawford fight him and beat him, you know what I'm saying? That's Crawford. They already know Crawford the man. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a real big fight for Ennis than Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The big fights for Crawford would be Spence and Ugas. You know what I'm saying? They the big
How you
fight.
feel about Crawford and Ugas?
Huh?
How you feel about Crawford and Ugas?
That's a good fight because he's a former champion. He's the man with the straps right now. Y'all with me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good fight for him. That's a fight where people gonna pay to see. Spence, they gonna pay to see. The rest of them, it's like I ain't got to take that chance because they need me more than I need them. Same situation with Tank. When Tank
I need to see Crawford go against Spence first because I don't got Crawford winning versus Boots.
You ain't got Crawford winning against Boots. Let me explain something to y'all and listen to me real good.
Uh-oh.
See, it's not about the fight, to tell you the truth. It's not about the fight. It's about building the fight and the fight being real big where the world want to see it. Now, let me explain something to you. You know how when you watch some teams and some which guys say they ain't used to this level. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
At them levels, it's a different type of crowd. It's a different type of. It's different. It ain't like when I go to regular shows from a pay-per-view show. It's like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like this remind me of an amateur show. You know, that's how I look at some fights. If I go to a fight and I'm like, coming from a pay-per-view fight, it's like an event, like your heart pounding, boom, 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 boom. But when I go to the lesser guys fight, it's like this ain't nothing. You know, because it's no resistance. You know what I'm saying? But when you go to them big fights, it's some resistance somewhere in that fight. But when you go to the mediocre fights, it's like it's gonna be all right. You know, they already got the analysts got who they got to win, who gonna win, how they gonna win. You know, but like I said again, Crawford would be taking the bigger chance of fighting Ennis right now. Right now, he got to go through Spence and Ugas. They the two persons that I would be focusing on.
That's why I said I want to see him fight Spence first before he go to Boots.
That's what I would be focusing on. Ennis got to beat somebody that name is trying to climb the same way he's trying to climb right now. You with me? He got to beat somebody that's name is on the rise too with him and get him out the way. Like I'm the next one up. I get to see y'all before the rest of them jokers get to see y'all. Y'all get me? You got to shut that door. You know, and it's got to shut that door. Like, nah, I'm the one got to go at Spence, Ugas, and Terrence Crawford. You know, so once he beats somebody that they hollering about supposed to be like that, you know, I can't wait to see Benavidez fight.
Yeah, that's no.
Yo, I can't wait to see him fight the big boys. That's what I want to see. That's my fights. That's my fights for 2022.
Hey, Coach.
I want to see the Andre brother.
Hey, Coach. I like how you explained it and all right, but I got Boots fucking Crawford up.
That's what you say. That's what you say.
That kid a problem. No, I like his work ethic.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm a Ennis fan, without a question. Youngin grew up with us. I know Crawford real good. I got his number in my phone. I can call him. You know, both of them are good fighters. again, as a coach, me, I want to see the excitement out of both of them to see how they handle it, dealing with situations when I got to get to a certain situation, the man against the man. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I look at that fight. I'm learning from them two going into that situation, especially Boots going into a situation. Yo, that's just like when Ennis, no, when Ugas fought Pacquiao. Great, Pacquiao, great. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you going there to fight a great fighter, man. That's something different. And that's the same thing Innocent that said, man, goddamn Crawford, he laid his hopes down. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that from him. You going into a big fight, a name guy, that dude. You know? That's the difference.
Okay.
That's the difference. There you have it.
That's the difference.
There you have it. You heard it from the man himself. Any close?
What you got in line for 2022?
2022, as far as our guys, or this fight's period?
In general, let our viewers know what they got to look forward to.
Man, just trying to see great fights, being at great fights, being in the mix, just being in the mix of greatness for 22. If you're in the mix of greatness, you become great. So you gotta stay in that mix.
I gotta see Boots, Ennis, and Crawford. I gotta see Boots. They both of them styles are similar alike.
Who you got to take in that fight?
You gonna get to see it. It's just like I said. What up and coming fighter is going to try to railroad somebody in between them fights?
It always won.
Somebody gonna come out from nowhere that we don't know about.
Yeah.
And gonna shock the world.
Yeah. You always got somebody coming out the woodwork.
It's 22, man. You know, everybody waiting for their chance to make their moves. And this is supposed to be the year that people are gonna make their moves.
You want to run off a couple of these questions?
All right.
Okay, let me get to the top of the list. Valentine says, salute and happy New Year. Amir Liggins said, Leo and Barrios on pay-per-view now. Isaac Cruz, a big player at 135 in line for a big fight. Amir Liggins said, peace and blessings to the Rize podcast, Upton family, GTD, and all the communities in Baltimore. In 2022, cheers to a new beginning where we can be great and do better.
There you go. See? He understands. Got to be in the mix. You got to be in the mix to be great.
Amir Liggins also said, shout out to the Rize podcast for giving us the exclusive boxing news and content. Thank you, Coach Calvin and the Bible Kenny, to Squeeze and Senior. Let's take it to another level this year. I ain't make no resolutions. I just said I'm going harder.
Hey, that's my thing. I'm sticking to the grind, man, and care about what I care about. Care about what I care about, and the people care about the same thing I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Liggins said, welcome back, Coach.
Yeah, I ain't back yet.
Man, Liggins also said, give Squeeze the Department of Public Health job. Butter B said, salute to some of the best coaches in the world in chat. Shout out to you, Butter B.
Salute.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Michael Garner said, Sean said he wasn't going to fight Boots before he even said he was retiring.
Yeah, we know that. That's why he's out the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Garner said Thurman not going to fight him. But people ask Thurman about Boots, he said he don't know who he is.
Because he don't. He ain't been in the fight game in a while. Thurman's been out the way for about two and a half years.
But B said, Happy New Year's, everyone. Amir Liggins said, Frank Moran sparred Tank in Vegas. It was good work. He not a pushover.
I'm trying to remember the face.
The little dark skinned kid. He just fought the other night. Little dark skinned kid. He just beat what's his name? Do you know?
One of Earl Spence fighters. Fight under his promotion.
I still don't remember his face.
Little stocky yo.
I still don't remember his face.
Oh, him and Pitbull Cruz would be a good one.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Him and Pitbull, that'd be good.
Pitbull might get over him.
Right now, they got Pitt in the mix where he can make some serious money, so they ain't gonna mess that up. They gonna keep him in front of them guys, but they know he can walk away for a big couple of millions.
Yeah, he made a statement though. Michael Gardner said, "Man, Ortiz can still beat Anthony Joshua." Who you think, Coach Squeeze?
Yeah.
Ortiz can be who?
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, Martin might can beat Anthony Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua overrated, man. He'd improved. When the last big fight Anthony Joshua done won?
He ain't winning. He been in big fights, but he's been losing.
He ain't winning. Amir Liggins says she wants Truck to go to camp with Earl. Please send him to Texas.
Who?
Amir Liggins says she wants Truck to go to camp with Earl. Earl Spence. Please send him to Texas.
He be there.
Afternoon Sports Slay. Happy New Year's, Rob Podcast. Hey, Afternoon Sports Slay.
Happy New Year, sis.
Happy New Year's.
Afternoon Sports Today said prospect of the year, she got Jared Anderson.
That's the heavyweight you was talking about, Cal.
Oh, yeah. I give her that. That was right. I get that on the money. Because he been making noise, man. He been flatlining niggas, yo.
Amir Liggins said she's a light heavyweight out of Philly. What y'all think?
What you talking about now? I ain't catch that.
A light heavyweight out of Philly, I think is you talking about a T. Overton.
I don't know who it is.
You got to
I know who they talking about.
What you think?
Huh?
What you think about him?
Yeah, solid, smart. He been moved right. He hell of a boxer. You know what I mean? He's sharp.
But a B said, that's right, coach. An L don't mean nothing. When the best fight the best, it's simply good boxing.
That's true. Got a body in the back of the cup.
Amir Liggins said, a lot of times I see fighters putting themselves in those bad positions. Be smarter there. Don't go wrong way or on the ropes, etc. Listen to the coaches. Don't put the fight in the refs or judges' hands. You have to execute. Sometimes I be seeing the corners and refs letting fighters take too much punishment. It was a fight that got stopped. What's that? That Frank Martin fight got stopped, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, how you feel about that stopping? I'm talking to you, Coach Squeeze. Coach Calvin ain't said.
I ain't said.
You know what? It was at the end of the goddamn it was at the end of the damn last round with like 50 seconds left. That was I don't see where he should have stopped it. For real, to be honest. I don't see where he because after he stopped it, I mean the man had his Falcon D's. He was a little shaken from the behind the head hit or whatever got him off his equilibrium off, but I don't think it was a good stoppage.
But if he said teamwork make the dream work, must be in sync. He beat him with one hand. That's skill. Talking about Tank and Cruz. Hey. I don't really think people understand what took place in that fight.
No, they did. They really didn't. Cruz was coming to win. Cruz was putting a lot of shit together. But Tank, man, he looked so. I thought he was like a ballet. You know, what's that? They call it the Jim D cricket, the ballet shit. That nigga was ballet, yo. When I watched that fight, man, I was like, damn.
Yeah, I really don't think people appreciate the significance of that fight and the display of boxing ability and boxing IQ that was displayed in that fight. I don't think people really got really got out of it what it was, because they wouldn't be saying some of the things they say.
Man, he put it together, man. You know, like I said, man, they don't give Youngin his credit, yo. That's what pissed me off that whole night.
You know, a lot of people.
Let me get this off, Squeeze. And when I was at the press conference, I didn't get a chance to say this. See, they don't understand. Floyd is doing the exact same thing that he done in his career with Tank. And like that was Floyd. Now we watching Tank do it through his eyes and their matching ability or what got him there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When they always fussing out, they don't want nobody. We don't get to that. Whoever they send to us, that's who we fight.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And that night when I watched that fight, Tank was legitimately hurt. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no, my hand hurt. No, his hand was seriously messed up. You know what I'm saying? And I kept telling him, I said, Tank, you can't keep hitting him on the top of that forehead because he come in with his forehead.
Yeah.
That was the way we controlled him so we wouldn't get head-butted, you know? But again, when I watched that fight, man, it was a great fight, man. I said, if he'd have had two hands, you know, to me, that fight is like unanswered to me because it was a lot of variables in going into that fight. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It was a lot of variables going to that, and I don't want to be saying woulda, coulda, shoulda. If this would have happened, if that would have happened, how the fight would have. It unfolded the way it unfolded. And when I watched it, man, it's like he was like a ballet putting that shit together. And it had people on their heels. Man, what's going on? It gave us something to talk about, you know?
That's why I say, like, I'm not too pressed about the rematch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he went in, he took on adversity, and he came out with a W. It's no who, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Because if he could do it, if he could do it with one hand, man, what the fuck he did with two? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why that rematch not that important to me. I don't really see it on my radar because you always say you want to see his boxing ability. See, the people so spoiled from getting knockouts that he ain't knocked him out. Tank ain't this. No, he went in there with one. He went in there and he did what he was supposed to do. Like Coach Squeeze jumped on my tail one time. Like, man, Sugar Shane could have knocked Floyd out. He like, no. Floyd did what he's supposed to do. He managed that fight. He took on adversity and managed that fight. That's what Tank did. What I want to see it again for? And it's nothing for me to need to see.
That was when I watched that fight, man. It was a good. He put on some great defensive move, thinking, knowing when to let his hands go, and he threw that hurt hand a couple of times in the fight. You know?
He was still throwing it. He wasn't throwing it like you know what I mean. He normally would, but he was still sending it out there. You know what I mean?
He had to send it to keep him off to let him know, like, nigga, it's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. You know.
Yeah, no, but I'm not pressed for the rematch. But I mean, like, I look at him. I look at Tank like a computer in the ring. Because you can see him actually analyzing the fight and you can see him making adjustments. Then when you hear him come to the corner and you and Coach Kenny talking to him, you see him go out there and make that necessary adjustment. That's why I say I like hearing what's going on in the corner. Because when I hear y'all two tell him something, I'm always watching to see what he do. Or if I hear him come tell y'all something, because only when he come back to the corner, he already talking to y'all.
Yeah.
And so by the time he sit down, he already said what he had to say to y'all, and now y'all giving him what he need to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I like
co-signing with the sport man. Yeah.
That's why I said, you know what I mean? Boxing wasn't my thing, but being around y'all starting to learn it and pick up on what I need to see, what I need to know. You see what I'm saying? And I like y'all chemistry. You tell me how y'all work. Because at the end of the round, he talking to y'all on the way to the chair. When he turn around, y'all tell him everything he need to know, and he going back out there and execute.
Yeah. That's real talk.
I mean, like I said, I want to see y'all go down to Florida and work with Cunningham and Lubin in a joint team.
Some of that stuff is coming together. Some of that's coming together. That's why I'm moving around the way I'm moving.
But a B said I wouldn't give Cruz a rematch until he get a belt. High risk and low reward.
Good point there. That guy knows his stuff.
Amir Liggins said, we ain't seen the best of Tank. The more he stay in the gym, stay in condition, we will be close to seeing his best.
Yeah, that's real talk. Real talk.
Amir Liggins said it was Floyd all along who was putting that in Tank's head to get out of Baltimore.
No, you know, Floyd wasn't putting that in his head. You know, when you get older, your life start changing and stuff. You got to make decisions. You got to make the decisions on what you're going to do because, again, we start running into problems here in Baltimore for Tank. You know, so you know him being away and focusing on other stuff that he needed to be focusing on. It was a good look for him.
Yeah, but like I think, you know what I mean? To me, like, you know, I look at a lot of athletes, and the ones from Baltimore mainly, the ones who stay here get stuck here, the ones who leave take their career to the next level. It's crazy, like, but Baltimore is like a crabs in a barrel, like it'll suck you in. You gotta get away from it to go to the next level, man. Like especially playing sports, because you know in Baltimore, so many people feel entitled. Oh, you owe me something, you owe me this, you owe me that. You get sucked into that trying to help everybody out. But once you leave, you can focus on you now. You know what I mean? You can turn your phone off, do not disturb. You can focus on your craft.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, man. I'm glad you said that.
What about him going to the next level?
Yeah, it's life, especially when you dealing seeing coming from the situation that we came from and where we at now, and what the type of adjustments that we got to make to even stay on top. But at the same time, I still know that we still got youth there in the city that we're trying to develop too. You know.
Yeah, but it just you got like you know what I mean. If Baltimore's all you know, that shit gonna suck you in, man.
Damn, you
that shit gonna suck you in.
You screwed.
No, it mean like it's gonna suck you in. You gotta get away
but
because
to tell you the truth, it's because we get the kids out to see more than just Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So as they get older, they're not scared to adventure.
You know, when I started traveling, one thing I said when I looked around, I was like, man, if people would start traveling more, they would value life more. He said, because some of the shit I seen getting that passport stamp made me appreciate life. The different cultures I've seen, the different experiences I've been in, being in third world countries and shit like that, like it make you appreciate life. So the way I look at things ain't the way, you know what I mean, the average motherfucker gonna look at it. Because, you know, you got some people that live in Baltimore on the west side who never been to the east side. Some motherfuckers never been to D.C., New York. That shit a hop, skip, and a jump. So all you know is Baltimore, you bound to drown. Jalen said we need to see Tank versus Gary Russell or Gary Antoine Russell. But a B said it's always better when you let the game come to you. Oh, go ahead. What you say, Coach?
No, I'm sitting there saying you're going to see them fights. That's why I don't need trip off. You're going to see them fight. It's just when they're going to make them happen. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't understand the scene behind it. Getting the venue, getting the date, getting the sanctions.
They just looking at the fight.
So much stuff going on. Fights. Before the fight even being put together, man, money being spent.
Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you that, Coach. How much do it cost to put an actual big time pro fight together?
Well, it's based on how big you want, because like one venue we was looking at cost 20 grand just for the venue. That's just for the building. 20 grand. So now, do you got a big enough star in there that can bring that 20 grand back to you? See, people don't understand all of the logistics on when you're doing the show, man. Because when you're doing the show, anybody can spend money to do the show, but is you gonna get some money out of it? Is you gonna be able to pay everybody that's working in the show?
It's just like having a star comedian on the headliner.
Right. So you gotta have something that's gonna draw the people to sit there and say, I'm going for that particular fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be able to take care of their purses. That's just like when you hear that phrase, he gonna outprice himself because he think he gonna get more money because of such and such. I try to explain the Tank. It's the opportunities. That's what's important. You know what I'm saying? That keeps you up there, you know? Because everybody want to fight Tank, but do they want to get paid a certain amount of money to fight? You with me? So they'll come up with this excuse. I want 20 million. Come on, man.
Crazy.
Man, Lincoln said sometimes Floyd and Ellaby need to relax and let Tank be Tank. I understand the plan, but we grew up different.
Well, he's right, but in the process, when the baby is born, you gotta like take him through his stages, his steps, and everybody keeps. He's not a baby. He's coming into his maturity. You know what I'm saying? But it's things that they seen that we haven't seen yet. We have to learn the business.
Okay. Man, Lincoln said, you see the maturity in Tank. That was something that was going to happen anyway in time. Let Tank be his authentic self.
He's going to be his authentic self. We have to wait till that authentic to come out. You know what I'm saying? In them situations. And them fights about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Them fights about to happen. That's just like when you build a house. You don't go get the bricks and all that stuff. You got to go get the diagram. You got to go get the workers who going to do the work. You know, it's a lot of moving parts, man.
I mean, Lincoln said, I want to see the Bible get more props. The Swami.
The Swami? He do get props.
Yeah, he get a lot of them.
He get a lot of props.
Jeffrey Harris said, I still would like to link up with Rize. I got flavor to add to the show.
He got to talk to y'all guys.
Jeffrey Harris trying to get that GTD gear.
That's what he's trying to get.
Yeah. Michael Gardner said Tavern Farmer supposed to be fighting Mickey Bay.
Mickey Bay? I ain't even gonna say a word. I'm gonna be quiet with that one.
But a B said,
I'm gonna give Mickey Bay some thumbs out. That's a good little payday for him.
He needed.
Mickey Bay.
But a B, Lion Ryan, he saw if he takes that fight, y'all better give that dude the drug test. He hangs out with the Juice Crew. The Meat Man. It ain't the Juice Crew, it's the Meat Man.
Y'all funny, yo. The Juice Crew. They'll hold no punches, yo. The Juice.
You know they got the Meat Man over there, Coach.
That's crazy.
Jeffrey Harris said Campos is acting like T.O. did.
Oh, don't want to fight nobody?
Yeah, he got the belts now. He talk shit.
Hey, he better chase them dollars, man. Them belts ain't bringing no money. They paying out money.
Yeah.
That's real talk. He better find the one's going to bring him the most money.
Well, Tank don't give a fuck about them belts.
He don't, man. I tell y'all that all the time.
The sanction fees, we was talking about the sanction fees last week. About how much the sanction fees is per belt, Coach?
Shit, sometimes it can range between like 15 grand to 20 grand.
You gotta be shitting me. I win the belts, now I gotta pay you.
That's why a lot of times you see them belts be going in the trash cans. Let's keep it real, man. You gotta pay. You gotta understand what all comes with that sanctioning body. You got a team behind you, and they gotta get paid.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta get paid to put your name out there, you know, and representing you well.
It's all money.
Hey.
Jeffrey Harris said Boots is a monster.
Huh?
Jeffrey Harris said Boots is a monster.
Oh yeah, without a question. We know that. Tell us something we don't know.
Amir Lincoln said, I guarantee Earl get all the belts and move up. What do you think?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Because guys, they want to fight. All of them want to fight best, but everybody keep misunderstanding the business. You know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Lincoln said Earl.
You know so let's sit there and say, okay, Earl asked for 20 million. Crawford asked for 20 million. That's 40 million right there. What the network supposed to get? What the, you know, all the other people supposed to get. You got to be able to generate that type of money.
Correct.
You got to be able to generate that type of money so everybody can get paid.
Man, Lincoln said Earl versus Boots will be a 154 fight.
Huh?
I mean, Lincoln said Earl versus Boots will be at 154.
Earl versus Boots at 154.
Yeah, Spence versus Boots.
That might happen. Don't know. That might happen. Don't know. Right now in this boxing game, we don't know what's going to happen until it happens. You know, we could be watching Facebook and see a post go up, fly look like they ready to fight. Ain't happening.
Yeah.
Ain't happening. I had to, when I see a flyer go up, I got to look at it, see who's all on the flyer. Did they put certain things on the flyer to say the flyer is legit?
Okay. Black Fawn say Crawford don't want that smoke. He gonna fight Josh Taylor
At 140.
I don't see it.
40.
Coach. Coach, you back? Wait for Coach to jump back in. It's probably gone this time. Hey, Coach Squeeze. I hope the fans enjoyed it, man. We got Coach Calvin on the line today. You know what I mean? I hope they enjoyed it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Heard it from the horse's mouth.
From the horse's mouth himself. You know what I mean? I wish we'd have had the Swami. Swami probably was busy today.
Yeah, he been busy, man. Them guys.
Man, they working, man. They need a break. They've been working.
Them guys busy, man.
Hey. Mr. Lightbulb say Boots need a fight against the winner of Thurman and Burial.
You know my birthday just came out. Straight.
You get it?
I got it, but I don't think I got it straight. I think my dumb tail took it off. I got it, but I don't think I got it straight.
I gave up lottery for the New Year.
You gave up? You retired?
I gave it up. A lottery and poker for real. I gave it up for a while. I got.
You know they gonna slide that 07. I'm gonna keep the 07, 02 and free.
The 08, 07. You see how they did me all last week? 05, 70, 04s, man. Listen, I just like I had to give out. I wanted to like chill because
I gotta back off a little bit myself too, man.
Yeah, like I looked at I'm spending $840 every 10 days. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I got
and not seeing the reward from it now.
Right. I'm catching, but I ain't catching like I'm supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? I'm just like, no, I chill.
When you doing that, you got mash.
Yeah, like I'm making up for it playing poker, but it's like shit. If I just don't, if I don't spend, it's still evening out. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe $100 either way swing. But no, man, I'm good. I'm gonna chill for a while.
Yeah, me and Liggins say I be downtown buying them number books. Yeah. All right, yo, let's wrap it up, man.
I thought we was gonna be able to get a last word from Coach.
Okay.
I mean, I was trying to see if he was gonna chime back in, but to the fans, man, I hope y'all. Hey, you be buying body oils? You be buying body oils too, Coach, please?
I do the you know what? I ain't bought no oils. I get my oils from my uncle at the flea market. He got the top of the line joints.
He said they got all knockoffs at the flea market, though.
No, not my uncle.
My knockoff oils, Coach.
Nah, my uncle get his stuff shipped, yo.
I don't know. He said everything at the flea market knockoff, yo.
Nah,
huh?
Not my uncle. Not my uncle joints. You know when you get knockoff, when you put that stuff on, it'll itch you and break you out. You know when you get.
I got some. I got before I started wearing cologne and shit, Jeep used to be my shit. That was my father's shit, so I rocked like my father. Man, I put that shit started burning one time. Like, oh, nope, can't do that shit no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, all right, y'all. We about to wrap it up, man. Don't forget, 4-time world champion in 3 different weight classes. Happy New Year's to you, young man. We praying that you have a successful and get healthy year. You know who he is, the hard-hitting, devastating, punching power, Gervonta Tank Davis, redesigning minds one mind at a time. As you can see, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Under Armour, thanks for all that you do. Last and not least, come on, senior.
Any closing arguments, Coach?
I just, for the New Year's, I just want everybody to be safe. Wear your mask, man. Wear your mask. You don't know who got it or who don't got it. I think it's real important. I think that's one of the main keys, wearing your mask, and stop the killing, man. The senseless killing, man. Every day I turn the news on, it just gives the city a bad stain.
First I'm gonna tell you, they said you should wear 2 masks. One doctor friend of mine was saying it's better to wear 2. But as far as a killing, man, I never seen so many women and children getting shot, stabbed, and killed, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, whatever happened to the old law, man? Like, you know what I mean? I thought women and children was off limits. Now I know all of these women ain't innocent. You know what I mean? But come on, man. Like, god damn, like, bringing New Year's in 90 minutes into it, 3 motherfuckers get shot, 2 of them dead already. You know what I mean? Oh man, y'all gotta start valuing life, man. You can't get a bullet back, man.
Like somebody told me, they say Black Lives Matter, but who do they matter to?
Right, because I mean, motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Oh, I got a problem with Slim. He looked at me wrong. I'm a killer. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Slap the shit out that nigga. You know what I mean? You got a problem? Slap the shit out of him. Fight about him. You know what I mean? Well, I ain't got no problem winning, losing, or drawing. But I mean, if you want to fight, we can fight. But I mean, like, killing a motherfucker over bullshit. Come on, man. People got kids and shit. Like, you kill a man while he got kids.
Yo, they ran down on the man while he was in the car and shot him in front of the kids.
Hey, man, like, now think about this. This is what I put in perspective. I'm not even worrying about the fact that you had an issue with that man and you killed that man. Think about what the fuck the kids gonna live through for the rest of their life.
They ain't even care, yo. They ain't even care about that, yo.
Even to the boxer that y'all had, they got killed from a road rage incident on Christmas. Come on, man. Like, you gotta have some sense of morality. You know what I mean, with this shit, like
ain't none, yo.
Man, you gotta value something, man.
Nope, yo.
This man, it's getting wicked out here. That's why I stick to the script, man. Like, I don't want no problem with nobody. I don't want no beef. Jump, punk, bitch, whatever you want. Just talk more alive. You know what I mean? I don't want no problems, man. I ain't arguing, man. Fuck that. Over nothing. But I mean, like, just moving forward, man. You already know what I say, man. Do something nice for somebody, man. Keep passing the love around, man. Love somebody, man.
Yep. All right, y'all.
Keep telling a friend, like and subscribe to the Rize Podcast.
We do it for y'all out there. Peace.